hello and welcome to Nigel, a personal podcast. It's so weird. I know you never heard, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a personal podcast. Literally, it's something I came up with. I was thinking about podcasts and how I wanted one, how they're so cool right now. And I have so much to say, and YouTube is not enough, social media is not enough. And I also felt like I have so many characters, and I love characters, and I love drag and all the things that I do. But I wanted to do something authentic and something to the core of who I am. So that's why I named it Nigel. And I just thought a personal podcast because hi, like why not get into my inner deep thoughts and my mind, I wanted to really pay tribute to who I am, Nigel, my real name. I love my Princess Pudding subscribers and my Princess Pudding world that I built. And I love Jasmine Anastasia, my drag persona, and all the music that I do, and all the things I built in her world. And Princess Pudding is kind of the collaboration of those two, of Jasmine and Nigel. But I really just wanted to be my authentic, real self, Nigel, in a podcast and just see what comes of it. Not to say that I'm not my true authentic self on my YouTube channel or anything like that. I absolutely am. But this is just stripping off even just the username cuteness. This is just really my raw, unfiltered voice and sound and mind and thoughts. I've been told I have a nice voice, so hopefully everyone in the cars and everyone listening on their headphones enjoy this audio experience. That's why I did it for you guys to expand this content of my life. I absolutely love. By the way, that's exactly what this will be. I will just be skipping around, giving my thoughts, and just spilling out my heart because I do that on my channel, and it's been so beautiful to be able to do that. But the videos are, they're 10-minute videos, and I'm spilling my heart. I love doing music reactions that have been influencing me to do my own music. I'll tell you the story in just a second because we're going to talk about how I got to where I am today about YouTube and all that. But I love I love giving my thoughts and opinions on all the music reactions that I've been doing on my channel. It has been the most beautiful journey of researching music and reacting to it on my channel, and I've been growing along with it. And the funniest thing about that is that I did not even know that was a thing. Like, I literally went to start making reaction videos to songs that I loved, and I wanted to show people on my channel, like, look, I want to show you this amazing song from back in the day. And then I went and looked at the other people reactions. Like, I looked under what was under me, and I was like, oh my gosh, other people are doing this. So I didn't even know that people were reacting to music when I started. I was just like doing it because I loved music, and that is why I made my channel. But this allows me to like really give you kind of a reaction on real life things, and like really raw and from my mind. So that is like why we're here. Like, to just give like a different kind of look at who I am, a more closer, up close and personal thing. So it won't be for everybody. I know that not everybody's gonna care for this podcast, but if you are listening, I do thank you so much for being part of this journey with me. I'm truly living my dream. I hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube today, and I was like strange. I know this sounds weird, but I was like inspired by myself because I always wanted a podcast. So who does it? That whole like radio DJ princess on, all of that I'm living. Like, I wanted this for so long, and I didn't know how to create it or how to go by it, but being Nigel, a personal podcast, it felt perfect and right because I didn't want anything. I didn't want like Princess Pudding podcast, or I didn't want anything like that. I wanted something really like close to who I was, so that I can just come on and just be myself and just chit chat. And it's a strange format, I know, and I called it personal because also, like, as you can see, it's just me. So it's literally just me talking. Like, I have toyed with the idea that I may have guests in the future, but for right now, it still just feels like I have so much to say, and that's part of why I created this. So I don't want to take away from the fact that I still want to just ramble and be raw and unfiltered, and like, honestly, I don't want to be like cutting someone off and all that. Like, this is just that like raw, up close and juicy listen. But yeah, it's like, but But what I meant by me being inspired by myself is that a year ago I started doing YouTube like consistently, and that was a year ago. You know, I was at 0 subscribers, and I literally started my channel just for a place to put my music video on for my first single. And then I ended up thinking like, bitch, you can do this. Like you can do YouTube. Like, and I went so hard, and it has really, really paid off, and I'm truly living my dream, and it's amazing. And when I thought about my always wanting to have a podcast, it's just the same mindset of where I was with YouTube last year, in that like I wanted it so bad, and it's like no one is going to wrap this in a bow and put this on your doorstep. Like you have to start the account, you have to upload, you have to do content, you have to promote, like, you know what I mean? And I just want to like be that voice for people. So I'm gonna be like starting so many projects this year, and I'm gonna be talking about all of them here on this personal podcast, just because this is my place for everything to come together. You know, the drag, the business, the YouTube, everything. So I want this to just be that home for that. So I thank anyone who's listening again, but it's just crazy because even at 10,000 subscribers and doing as well as I did on YouTube in this year, as I'm so grateful for, and thank you to everyone who was a part of that. You know, it's crazy. I still had doubt, like this whole wanting to start this. Like that's exactly why I started, because I still had that voice in my head that was like, a podcast. Like, bitch, you can't do that. You're doing too much. Or like you're like, I already heard negative comments from myself, and I was like, whoa, 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 hold on. I had to choke her. I had to grip her up. I had to grip her up and be like, no, girl, don't even start. And that is exactly like, and you know what, I know that my sound is not perfect right now, and that is the point of all of this. Like I know that this is not perfect and things are skipping around, and look, I also know that there's not a good format. I'm really just rambling or whatever it is. It's not perfect, but that is why I started, because when I started YouTube this time last year, it was the same thing. I was afraid to start because of how messy it was going to be when I started. And if I can just, all of this comes out of anything, like maybe I can inspire you not just to start YouTube or create a song or do anything, the things that I do, but whatever it is that you have to do, maybe you can gain some inspiration from this and my own journey, and just flip it onto yourself and let it inspire you in the same way that music has inspired me and other things have inspired me and allowed me to have the confidence and strength to do everything that I'm doing right now. I really hope that this can let someone do what they need to do and inspire them and give them strength. Like that is truly why I do everything that I do, is to pass along those more powerful messages to people, to really, really inspire them the best way that I can. So it was about this time last year, or a couple weeks ago, actually, like around December 10th, because that's when I uploaded my first YouTube video. Now, here's the thing, I had my YouTube channel since 2014, and people were just telling me, oh, you can do it, it's so perfect for you. And I did not believe in myself, not one bit. So it wasn't until I was literally 28 years old that I believed in myself to do all the things that people told me I can do, you know? And more than anything, uploading consistently has been the key, and being yourself has been the key. Those two together basically are why I have the success that I've had on YouTube. But it's been such a journey of really, really discovering myself. It's been so crazy, and there's so much like alone time that you really, really do learn so much about yourself, and to the point where now I have this podcast now because I still feel like I have so much to say. And the more and more people who are subscribed to me and want to listen, like it's so exciting that I have someone listening, you know? So I'll always be here to create. And I just feel like my heart is truly, really where it's meant to be right now. And I'm so, so happy. But I will never, ever forget. And I hope, like I said, I hope someone finds love in the story, and inspiration in the story. But let me tell you, I literally was uploading like in secret. Like I had my music video uploaded. That's why I re-uploaded the account, because I was already like it was about to be 2020 last year, and I was like, I'm gonna fight for my dreams. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be like, I wasn't even thinking YouTuber. I was just thinking like, I'm gonna do music. I'm gonna do music videos, and I'm gonna do music. And I did it. I recorded a song, got with a producer, recorded an amazing song, Lick by Jasmine Anastasia on iTunes and Spotify right now. Thank you. And it was so much fun. And I uploaded the music video, and I had it set up to premiere, and I had 0 subscribers. I was just excited to have my music video done and my song out. I wasn't even thinking like no one's gonna see it. I was just gonna post it on my Facebook, or I was excited for my friends and family to see it. But as I was waiting for the premiere of my music video, like the song was done, music video was done, and I'm waiting for the premiere because I wanted it to premiere on January 1st, but I had put it up there like weeks before because I wanted it to be ready. And so I'm waiting for it to premiere, and I'm looking at my channel, and I'm like, oh, look, there's like room for videos. Like, she could do a couple more videos. And I was like, so I did it. Like, I just started like, look, I just, like I said earlier, I just started I was like, I was just gonna react to like my music that I like, or show people music that I like, and talk about music videos that I like. And I started that and didn't even realize other people were doing it. Like, I was so shocked to find out it was a huge thing. And I just did things that I love, video games that I love. One of my first videos on YouTube is like me reacting to the Resident Evil 3 for PlayStation remake like trailer, because I was genuinely so excited, and I was for that game, and I was like, another reason why I started YouTube in the back of my mind. I was like, I want to document this. I want to document like this moment of me of me watching the trailer for this game that I've been waiting for so long. And it was like randomly one of my first videos. And then from there, it just like, it snowballed because a couple people literally came onto that video, and they were like, oh, like, you're great. Like, you have what it takes to be a YouTuber. And it was like my first video, and I was like, stop it. Like, I pushed myself so hard to do this, to like to put myself on the platform. So for me to get feedback so quick, that was like all it took, and I just kept going. I remember, I'll never forget my first comment. And my first couple of comments, actually, there are people that I'll never forget their names, because like literally it was like I was making videos for them. Like, I would come on, I would literally just like, I would wake up in the morning, and I'd be like, okay, like, time to do videos. And I would look at my subscribers, and I would have like 3 subscribers. And I was like, and I knew them all. And I was like, okay, like, it's fine. Like, I have 3 people to entertain. Like, we have to get it done. And it just kept going up. And it was 10 and 20 and 100. And I just kept thinking, same thing. I would wake up every day, like, okay, you have 100 people to perform for today. Like, what are you going to do? Like, that's how my mind worked. And it was just so cool. Like, as someone who's always been like entertaining, that was so exciting to wake up and know that there was always someone there. So, and every time I wake up, and even today, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I get to do this. Like, and I always think I almost didn't do this. And I almost didn't do this because I thought I would look stupid, or I was scared to show like how I cry with music videos, and how I cry with a lot of things. Basically, like, I was really afraid to show how sensitive and emotional I really, really am. And like, all of it is so like, people always say like, oh my gosh, like, I'm subscribed because you're so genuine, you're so true. I honestly don't know how to be anything else. I really, really, really don't. It's so weird. Like, that's like a downfall for me. I feel like sometimes is that I don't know how to be anything else other than genuine and true. And it's like, when it comes time to like tell a lie, or be bad, or be this, or be that, I can't, like, you know what I mean? I'm so like, this is who I am. Like, and it's so hard to not be that, and to show everyone that. It's really, really scary. And I'll never forget like watching back my first couple of videos, and like just hating them and wanting to delete them. And I just kept telling myself like, no, bitch, like, don't delete them. Like, you're gonna get better. You enjoy this journey. Like, I had like always had these multiple voices in my head, and like, some of them are helpful and some of them are doubtful, but it's the battle of all of those voices that like get me to basically where I am. Like, I almost need all of those voices, even the ones that tell me I can't do it in my head. I need those. I need, for that battle to take place in my mind, I need everyone to speak up that's in there, if that makes sense. But it's just been such a beautiful journey. And like I said, too, if anyone could just be inspired just to start something that they want to start, it doesn't have to be a podcast or have to be a YouTube channel, but if anyone wants to start anything, it's just like, girl, you gotta start. And again, no one is gonna package it up and put a little bow on it and be like, here is your YouTuber influencer package where you have 1 million subscribers. Like, no, bitch. Like, you have to have 100 first, and you have to have even zero first. Like, and that is a concept I was not ready for. Like, it sounds like hard work, and it is hard work, and it was hard. Like all the above. Like, it's just like it is what it is, and there is no getting out of it. Like, if you want to grow, you have to work. You have to work hard if you want to grow. Like, it's never gonna happen passively. And I just think that that message, that what I learned in this past year from that and this climb with YouTube and all that, that message is just, that's golden right there. Like, you have to work. Like, it's never going to be an easy journey. I mean, and I think that even though it's just YouTube, like, you can apply that to anything, whatever, like I said, whatever you guys are going through or whatever you're trying to do or accomplish or climb, like, you got to work. And, be inspired by this, because there's definitely the most beautiful of rewards on the other side of all of that work. You just have to get through it, and take times to relax and reflect and really get into your mind and do that in your own way. And for me, like, this is me doing that. This is me reflecting on this past year and my climb with YouTube. Is just sitting down and talking about it, because I don't have a lot of people to talk about this with who genuinely care about my journey. And that is why it's going to be so much. This is already so much fun, just kind of like spilling my heart out and therapeutically talking. And whoever wants to click listen can listen. It's optional. And I love that. Like, at the end of the day, I know at least one person will listen to this. Like, even if it's just my mom, like, that'll be fine. Like, and I'll be fine with that, and if it just helps her, it would just be great. But if it reaches more, then the better. But this journey has just been everything, and I'm so excited to have this podcast now, to be able to truly, truly reflect on how I feel and the things that are happening with me and the projects that I'm starting and my music and everything. Because at the end of the day, there's so much happening in the world right now. I mean, there's so much that we could be talking about, but we all choose to try to focus on some of the light. And right now, like, for my channel, for example, like, I've never have spoken. Well, here and there I have, but for the most part, I've never spoken of, like, the pandemic or, like, things like that. On my literally during the whole year of us having it, I haven't spoken about it, because I wanted my channel to be that place of, like, just to relax and come to, and it be an escape, from the real world. Like, that is why I try to make it more inspirational and funny and just, like, entertaining, because I don't want you to have to worry about all the other things that are happening in, like, the couple minutes that you're watching one of my videos. Like, I feel like that's kind of my duty of being on the platform, and I love that. That it gives me so much joy to know that I can be people's escape. So for that reason, I do not talk about the things that are happening in the world. But here, I might mention it more, because this is really, like, my place to, like, I'm here because of that, kind of, and I'm also YouTube because of that. But all of it, I need all these different escapes right now, through social media, through touching people, through my voice, and through video, literally, because I'm fine with admitting that I'm definitely a little bit lonely right now, because of the pandemic, because of what is going on in the world right now. I definitely get lonely, and because of that, I can get sad. And it has not been fun, in the past. You just get together with your friends and go out and have I didn't go out a lot. In these past couple years in my 20s, I've been kind of growing up a lot more, and being more responsible, and more focused on what I wanted to do with my future. Like, that was something that was scaling up. So I wasn't going out a lot pre-pandemic, but now, but it was enough to, she had to dance around a little bit. She had to get a little drink. She had to, she had to have those nights every now and then, and especially with friends. But now even those are taken away, as well as what I was known for was vacations. All of those are taken away. But people are getting sick and they are dying. So, that is something that is true and is affecting all of us. So I never would have dared to complain about the things that I just complained about, because I know that what's going on in the world is a lot deeper than that. But without those things, I have been, like, mentally teetering, like for real. So I'm happy that and this is already a therapeutic way that it's helping me. Like I said, always find your way of expressing yourself slash therapy slash talking it out and all that, because for me this is that. So right now, just talking to you guys and knowing that someone is listening to this is already my way of getting through all of this, and I hope that you guys find yours. And it's just very, very, it's a lot of what's going on right now. It's deep, so we won't get into it too much here because we do still want to keep everything like on the uppity. But I just want to say that that is partially why this is something like this is created and why I'm doing this, because it's not only me who feels that possible loneliness. There may be other people. So if this again can touch them, inspire them, feel this, know that something that people always say. I've mentioned how I feel actually, and without mentioning the pandemic, I mentioned how I felt in a recent music reaction, and somebody was like, "Oh, hashtag alone together," and you're never alone. We love you, and all. They were very sweet, but they were saying hashtag alone together, and I love that because it's so true. Because all the people who are suffering from a little bit of that loneliness or sadness because of the pandemic, were alone together. So. This is again so therapeutic for me to be able to talk about it, and this is like I was wondering where there would be a place, throughout my Instagram, my Snapchat, my YouTube, like where would there be a place I felt comfortable talk. I don't even talk about it on Facebook, so this is nice that I have this little place to kind of like just blow off some steam when it comes to that situation, because it's so frustrating. But at the same time, it's how I got here. Like I'm venting this, and I was therapeutically pushed to start this podcast partly because of the situation of the pandemic. It's just so strange how it all connects. But we're where we're at because of where we're at. It is what it is. But oh my gosh, like first, I don't even know like how long a podcast should be. I'm like so confused on this. So I promise I'm gonna get all these rules together. I there may be themes for certain shows. I just had an accent there. Sorry. There may be a theme for certain shows, or possibly some guests. This podcast will be available in audio format, like as a video on my YouTube channel, as well as on Spotify and some other streaming services. So if you're watching it on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. It helps me on YouTube. I'm not sure what to ask for everyone listening on Spotify or iTunes, because I don't know how the podcast world works. This is literally me just jumping into it with all of my ideas and thoughts and rants and things, and just seeing the way it goes, because that's what I did with YouTube and it worked out great, and I still have more to say, like I said, so that's why I'm here. But I don't know what to ask for. I guess maybe like there's a thumbs up on Spotify, I believe. Look, I'm asking the crew. There's a thumbs up on Spotify, right? Yeah, there's a thumbs up. Like, it's just me here. I think there is. So please give a thumbs up on the Spotify. I again apologize for like my sound possibly being all over the place. I'm gonna get my sound in place. I'm gonna get cute things together for this podcast experience for us. But I do want to thank you guys so much for listening to this, and being part. And if you're part of that beautiful 10K that I have on YouTube, I thank you for being part of my family over there. And if you're listening from there, thank you for taking the time to cross over. I love the crossover. I call it a crossover because, I have my music from Jasmine on my YouTube page. I have my makeup. I have my music reactions. I have so much going on there, and sometimes people subscribe to the page for like certain things, like they subscribe for a certain artist that I'm reacting to, or they subscribe, for certain things. So they won't watch the other artists, or they won't watch the makeup, or they like me in beard only, so they won't watch the drag or Jasmine Anastasia makeup music videos that I have and stuff like that. So it's very interesting I'm always like very interested to see who crosses over to do what, and I love when people cross over, and I also am so thankful. So like I again, like if you have found me from YouTube and like you like my music reactions, or you like my drag, whatever it is, and you came over to this personal podcast, it shows that you are like here for my heart, and I love that. I love you for listening. If you're someone that I know from my past, hi, I love you. Thank you for knowing me and checking in and listening to this podcast. And basically, like, super shout out also to like anyone who listen to this all the way through. We're about at 25 minutes here. I'm gonna probably be doing like longer ones in the future because I do love to talk, but I do wanna wrap this one up and just say thank you and keep it like at this time limit that I have at 25 minutes because we're not much past this because I want to see how this goes. I want to get this posted and I want to get you guys feedback. So if there is a way to review the podcast, leave a review or a comment or a thumbs up, please do so. And also maybe some topics or things that you might want me to talk about on this podcast, even though I already have a full list. Again, this is something that I dreamed of for a long time, to have this platform vocally. I think it's so different than all the other ones that are out there. So I am fully prepared to give you guys many episodes of a great show here. But I am also interested to know what you might want me to do shows on. So please leave a comment, leave a review. Let me know what you like about this, what you don't like. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. I can't believe I'm wrapping up my first podcast episode. Like, oh my gosh. Guys, follow your dreams and live your life fiercely because I'm telling you, that's truly, truly, truly why I wanted to give you guys this raw and unfiltered look into my mind because as an artist, I just feel like they really, we and they, we really like, we forget who we can be. You know what I mean? Like that foundational standpoint of who you truly are is like what's important. And as you can get as funny as you can get and do so many characters and so many songs, but just don't forget who you are. And this is so important for me to always pay tribute to my own mind and just who I am as a universal human. And it's so exciting to be able to express this with you guys. I already feel relief, like therapeutic relief just by talking. So I'm going to definitely continue this. It's like one of those things where like, even if one or two people is listening, like I'm going to continue this because it therapeutically feels good in the same way that YouTube does. Like this, and there couldn't have been a better time for me to start this. Like this just feels right. And it just feels just beautiful. Just getting these words off my chest, even if I'm just rambling and just going at it. Like I'm just going for it's just nothing. But I'm just so excited. This is gonna be a podcast. It's gonna be about figuring out who you are in the time that we have left. Is the best way to put it. That's how this podcast is gonna be. It's very just straight from my mind. And I'm so excited to share this journey with you guys. Thank you again so much for being here. My own mental health journey. It's like a mental audio health journey we're on right here. Also, I'm trying to think. Also, if there's anything else I should plug, you guys already know my first single, "Lick," on iTunes and Spotify by Jasmine Anastasia. In a couple of weeks, I will be starting the pre-save for my second single. Oh, I can announce that here. That'd be cute. Yeah, I'm gonna be This is first listen. You guys are getting the exclusive Kiki tea right here on Nigel, a personal podcast. My second single by Jasmine Anastasia will be "You Want Me," and it will be out into early 2021, very early 2021. I won't tell you the date yet, but the pre-save page will be out literally in a couple of days. I just chose the album cover art, and I'll be wrapping up the music video in a couple of weeks as well. And after that, she will be out into the world, and I am so excited to share this song with you guys. I'll be doing like a full behind the scenes look and breakdown of the song on my YouTube channel and shit. I'll probably do it here on my podcast too because there's so much to say about that single and all of my songs. So I'll probably do breakdowns about the music here on the podcast and the YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, Princess Pudding on YouTube, and make sure you listen to the songs, and make sure you guys just send love and share this podcast with your friends if you love me and I love you, and I'm just so happy to be here. That's how I feel when I make content. Like every time I make a YouTube video, upload it, or I'm wrapping something up that I love, it's just like so therapeutic and so just you don't even know. So thank you so much for being part of this journey with me. If you're part of it in any way, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next episode.